Hey, how's it going? You got time for a beer? I do. Um, it's New Brew Thursday today, which is awesome. Today I've got a brew from Perrin Brewing Company. It's a Side Hustle series, Beer City Rye IPA. So it's a rye IPA. Government warning: brewed and canned by Perrin Brewing Company, Comstock Park, Michigan. Beer City Rye IPA. Imperial Rye IPA brewed in collaboration with Beer City Bread. Expect notes of biscuit and caraway seed contributed by toasted rye bread added directly to the mash, all balanced by resinous American hops. 12 ounces, crafted in Michigan. 8% by volume. It's a rye IPA, so it should kind of be red, if I remember right. Usually they tend to be. It's an IPA, so it's going to be happy. My dad bought me this tulip glass today, so I'm using this. He just got it from a pharmacy uptown. Weird thing is, a friend from high school, her mom owns the pharmacy, so I mean, she's usually got some pretty cool stuff in there. And I know Michigan Awesome is a winery up in Traverse City, if I remember right. But I figured it's fitting because, you know, it's beers from Michigan. And Michigan is pretty awesome. So anyway, let's see what we got here. Kind of red. You can see it, sort of. Kind of hoppy. You can smell it for sure. It's pretty good. I mean, it's an IPA for sure. You can taste taste that on there, the hops in there, resinous, if you will. What else is there in there? You'd expect a little. I'd expect a little bit more toast to it. Something burnt. Well, maybe that is the burnt flavor of it. Because really, all toasting is just a light burn. You know, like when you go outside for a couple hours during the middle of the summer. Just a light burn. Makes you feel all sleepy and stuff. It's great. A couple of beers, ready for bed at 2 in the afternoon. It's great. Is there anything else this reminds me of? Reminds me of a little bit of Two Hearted. It's not as hoppy as Two Hearted. It's not as malty as Two Hearted. The hop profile is pretty close though. I don't know what kind of hops they use in this. I don't remember what kind of hops they use in Two Hearted either. Like I said before, a little bit of anomia. Just trying to figure out where I've been putting stuff since I got vertigo. It takes a lot of concentration to, you know, do that stuff. Got to play disc golf today and yesterday. I took my nephew out. He's like less than 1. He's little. Held him around in the wagon, the umbrella up over him, hat on and stuff. Mostly he just kind of sat there. He got to be in charge of the hard seltzer and the discs. It was super fun. And just in my backyard, so not like I took him someplace to go do that, just around here. Because, you know, I got a 3-hole disc golf course right in my backyard. Well, I've got 3 pins in my backyard. I've got a 9-hole course in my backyard because you just put the pads in different places and you throw from different places and it's like a brand new hole. It's great. Yeah. Anything else that this reminds me of? I know Founders does a rye, but this doesn't really remind me of that I can remember. It's been a while since I've had one, so it's not coming right straight to my mind. Is there a story that this reminds me of? I don't know. I had to go to the doctor today. Nothing about my vertigo. It's something completely different. Go to see the doctor. Mostly this one's about pain management. And, you know, this helps. And there are other things that he does for me, which is super cool, keeping track of my blood count and stuff like that, where the vitamins are and things of the sort. So that's good of him. If I've got any problems, I let him know. He said something to me one time when I was super young, and then I stopped seeing him after that because he sent me on to a different doctor. He said, Jake, you are your own best doctor. If you think you can do it, you're probably right. Unfortunately, you also have to be your own best doctor in the sense that you have to know when you actually have to go see a doctor and to know when you're wrong about whatever it is that's going on with you. Yeah, that took me a little while to figure out. And then I did eventually, just this last year or so. And he was like, yeah, you should have been to see me 10 years ago at the very least. Unfortunately, it's been 20 years since I saw that guy. But he's a good dude. Talks like he's from the West Indies. Probably is from the West Indies originally. You know, like Jamaica or something like that. I don't know for sure Jamaica, but he's got that drawl. Is that how you'd say that? I don't know. So I did that. It was in Saginaw. So I stopped at Oppermans Cork and Ale, which is another great place to go if you're ever in the Saginaw area. They've got a lot of really good stuff. I didn't see any of this, but I picked up some Hofbrau Oktoberfest beer. Checked in with that. Got my Untapped badge with the picture of me with the stein of Hofbrau, which is pretty cool. I posted that to Instagram. You guys can check that out. TubaJake_69 on Instagram. I think it posted to Twitter too. No, yeah, it did. It posted to Twitter too because I put it on Untapped. And both of those ones are also at TubaJake_69. Yeah. So I went there, went searching for things, picked up a thing from Founder's new on tap thing, whatever that is. The highball drifter or something like that. I thought it looked good. I've got a feeling it just tastes like sugar because generally that's what highballs are, if I remember correctly. And I picked up a mead that is not from Bee Nectar, which is better for me because they kind of hosed my friends a few years back, which is also weird because I think there might be one of them that actually went to go work for them after they started their own meadery and closed it down after my one friend died. And Jay was a great dude. Okay, so one time, speaking of Jay, I went to Accenture Cafe down in Kalamazoo, which is very close to where Perrin is, actually. Comstock Park is where Bell's is also brewed. But I'm going to imagine that both... Actually, I think that Perrin has their tap room in Portage, and Bell's is in Kalamazoo, which are the same thing. If you go to the mall in Kalamazoo, it's in Portage. The Meyer there is in Portage. It's not in well, I think there's one in Kalamazoo too, but there's like the big Meyer is up north and west of Kalamazoo, and then the one that's by the mall, because there's another one there, because Kalamazoo is actually a pretty big city, even though they've only got just that one weird university there. You know it's weird because it starts with a W. So anyway, both pretty close there. Went down to Kalamazoo to go to Bell's for, well, actually I didn't even, no wait, I did go down because I wasn't living there then. It was for spring break while I was in school for X-ray tech. This friend Jay that died had this like Levi jacket on. It was a nice jacket, kind of padded, whatnot. But he had this Michigan drawn. It looked just like this, only it was just the outline. I don't know if you guys can see that. Let's see if we can get that. Just like that, but just the outline on the back of his jacket. He was like, yeah. So I was drunk, went to a party, get up, put my jacket on, go to take off, and somebody, I think it was me because I had white paint or something like that on my finger, had painted this on the back of my jacket. I was like, dude, that's pretty awesome. He was like, I know, right? That's why I wear it all the time now. From what I understand, because I asked our friend Dom about it at the funeral. I was like, hey, whatever did happen to that jacket? And Dom was like, I have absolutely no idea. I haven't seen him wear that in years. And I'm going to guess it got lost someplace because Jay had a tendency to lose things like that. It's okay. My brother lost a leather jacket too. Actually, I think he lost the pleather jacket that was super nice. He had like a bomber jacket that looked like it was leather, but was absolutely not. And then my mom got him an actual leather one that looked just like the other one, but for like 4 times the price. Which, sure, fine. I got one too. Not one of those, a different leather jacket. Black, because that was the kind of thing that was cool when I was in college. Which is also weird because we were in college at the same time. Different kinds of cool, though, I guess. This would have been when he was a freshman, so it would have been year 6. Yeah, I wasn't living on Michigan Street anymore. I think I'd moved off campus Michigan Street 2 years, so that was 3 and 4. I moved in with Mike, Tiber Creek. So it must have been year 5 that no, wasn't then. It was year 5 that I got that jacket. And year 6 or 7 that Jared was, it must have been year 6 that Jared was there. Because our one roommate who had the cutest little miniature pinchers, he offered them to me. He was like, yeah, you can just take them. I was like, dude, I can't take dogs right now. I can't right now. I can help you take care of yours, but I can't take them. He's like, man, I just really wish that I had somebody to give them to. But I could have had some super cute miniature pinchers, Lady and Scooter. Scooter did not like me, but Lady did, which was nice. But Scooter was the one that actually looked like a miniature Doberman pinscher. Lady was just a cute little Chihuahua looking thing. But anyway, where was I going with this? I don't remember. Jackets and whatnot. Oh, yeah. Kevin thought that my brother was our other roommate and that this roommate's significant other had kicked him out of his own bedroom because she lived down near Grand Rapids while we were living there. And that, Mike was in trouble. Mike was not in trouble. It was just my brother sleeping on the couch, which was a pretty sweet setup, that couch. Because we had the one wraparound couch, and then we had another couch that was lofted and put back a ways. So we had an 8x8 stadium seating area. Could actually sit 12 people in there to watch a movie comfortably. On our rear projection TV, the square ones that were big and boxy, we had one of those. Because Kevin's from, Grand Rapids area, actually, I think. Kentwood or something like that. I don't remember. It was a long time ago. And I haven't seen Kevin since I moved out of that apartment. Yeah. Dude was pretty cool. I liked him. Good times. Spent an hour tossing a football back and forth with that dude. For days on end. Just, kind of sit there and toss it back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. You talk. Man, I miss college. All right, so done with the beer. It was pretty good. I like that. I'd probably have it again. Would I buy another 6-pack of it? I don't know. But, the best beer is free beer. If somebody wanted to buy this for me, I would not say no. But then there are very few beers that I would say no thank you to any of them, unless there was something important going on. Anyway, I got a quote for you. Quote is from Truman Capote. I wrote a story about someplace up in the UP. Something about murder. They made a movie about it. About him, too. Philip Seymour Hoffman and all that good stuff. His quote, "Failure is the condiment that gives success its flavor." I mean, really, pretty much he's just saying with more flowery language. If at first you don't succeed, try again, I think. I mean, it does make it pretty sweet when you failed a few times and then you finally get it, because you know you can. You know you can. All right, I'm going to get out of here. Don't forget, you can find me on Untapped, YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram, all at tubajake_69. I'll see you next time. You got time for a beer.